This is at Harry and Meghan's wedding. This is Harry and Meghan's wedding. And then you want to tell me that, oh, she loved Meghan? I mean, you don't even look like this at a funeral, you know? I mean, not for nothing, you know? Not even at a funeral typically do people look like this. And this, to me, you know, with the article that came out yesterday in the New York Post that said that she said that she hated Meghan, that Meghan was evil, and that she was, what did she say? Meghan was evil, and Harry meeting Meghan was a catastrophe. And this face was before anything had happened. Meghan and Harry had not left England. They had not gone to Canada. COVID hadn't happened. Meghan didn't have any children. Archie was not born. Lily was not born. Meghan and Harry were still in England. Harry had not written Spare. Meghan and Harry had not done the Netflix documentary. Meghan and Harry had not done the Oprah interview. None of the things that they all claim to be the reason they hate Meghan had happened. This was the very beginning, the wedding day, and this was the Queen's expression. So now with, like Tisa tells, oh, of course the Queen didn't say that. No, Tisa, I disagree. She said what they say she said, right? And they all laughed at it because they all agreed with her. And she felt that way from the very beginning. And Meghan and Harry know it. But like I said yesterday, we all have pretended at one time or another to not know something because it was best to pretend. Like you can know that your boss hates your guts and you pretend not to know that your boss hates your guts. You can pretend like a frenemy likes you when you know that it's a frenemy, right? I mean, we all have been in situations where we had to not only pretend, but also spread false news about the relationship. Like we would say, oh, we get along great when it's not true. But you say it because it's better to keep the peace, to keep your job, to keep your position, whatever. You lie and you pretend not to know. But Meghan for sure knew all along that the Queen did not like her. And she pretended not to know. She pretended not to know because she was trying to toe the line and to hold on to her marriage. But in the end, it got to be too much, even for Meghan. And she stopped pretending, right? And then she left and she gave them, by leaving, they finally had something to sink their teeth and fangs into to say, well, we hate you because you left. We hate you because you did the interview with Oprah. We hate you because you did the docuseries with Netflix. We hate you because you encourage Harry to write Spare. We hate you because you have two children who are clearly not prince and princess, who you want to be called prince and princess. But all of that is a pretext. Because look at the Queen's face at Meghan's wedding before any of those things had happened, right? And then look at the Queen's face when she went to William and Kate's wedding. Just look at the difference in this woman's expression when she is happy at a wedding, right? So forgive me if I feel like she has two faces. Forgive me if I'm not convinced and persuaded that she was a kind and loving, welcoming great grandmother or grandmother, whatever she was to Meghan, grandmother-in-law to Meghan. Forgive me if I don't think she was authentic in this situation, because I'm going to stick to my opinion on this. I mean, and that is not an indictment of her entire life and all of her life choices, because I think I've been very good at separating my issues and giving people their due and trying my best not to judge a person's entire life by one thing. I try my best. but I'm going to stick to my opinion on this one that the Queen Elizabeth II, the sovereign, the now deceased sovereign and monarch of the of England and the United Kingdom, did not like her granddaughter-in-law, Meghan Markle, from day one. And I'm also going to say that that has to do with Meghan's humanity, her DNA, who she is as a composition of a woman of African descent. And frankly, I mean, even though her father's DNA got her in the door, with the hair and skin, his class level is such that it just wasn't enough to put her over the threshold in the Queen's eyes. And she saw Meghan as evil because it was something that potentially could, in her view, bring down the monarchy, right? Meghan's existence in the monarchy was a threat to the monarchy and thus was an evil force. Everything they said in that New York Post article yesterday is true. She said it. This is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And yes, I'm also saying she has two faces.